In 2022, Apple Pay has already become a household name. The payment system was originally launched back in 2014 on the iPhone 6.
We've got a groundbreaking NFC radio antenna built across the top. Now, NFC is the standard for all contactless payments.
But Apple had filed patents for similar systems as far back as 2007. Basically, this type of NFC payment system using a cell phone had been coming for a long time, and we now also see similar systems on Android phones. Apple Pay works by having users input their card numbers into the app, often by using the phone's camera to just automatically grab the information from your card. And you can then use your phone to pay at most places where tap to pay is enabled. Basically, most places you see this symbol. With a few notable exceptions, like Walmart, who actually set up their own Walmart Pay app in response. Why might they do that? Well, in order to keep total control over their customer relationships, Walmart launched their own payment app, which also serves to upsell people to the Walmart credit card and other Walmart services. In addition to collecting a lot of data about consumers and having the ability to upsell to the Apple credit card through the Apple Wallet app, Apple also makes 0.15% off of every Apple Pay transaction, and this is charged to whatever bank issued the card that's being used through Apple Pay. Now, in exchange for that, banks are getting an extra layer of security, which helps to cut down on credit card fraud. Since whenever you use Apple Pay, you have to first of all pass Apple's biometric identification system using either a fingerprint or a Face ID. And then when your card details are sent over the network, they are tokenized and only accessible with a one-time security code that is generated for each transaction. And of course, that all happens behind the scenes, so users get a flawless experience. But with Apple upselling to their credit card through the Wallet app and now releasing a savings account with banking partner Goldman Sachs, the tech company has gotten all the major US banks angry. Or maybe they were angry all along.
I'm always angry.
But whatever the case, the banks are now fighting back. And according to the Wall Street Journal, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, and 4 other banks have partnered to develop a new wallet app that could kill Apple Pay. The wallet will be managed by Early Warning Services LLC, or EWS. It's a company owned by the big banks. EWS operates the money transfer service Zelle.
Zelle, with a Z.
And Zelle is already integrated into the Chase app, for example. The idea is that users will be able to type their email into the Wallet app or on a participating merchant's website, and EWS will then use its direct connections with the banks to bring up a customer's credit and debit cards, and they can then decide which one they want to use for the transaction. Basically doing the exact same thing that Apple Pay does, but without giving 0.15% to Apple. The banks estimate that the app would get connected to 150 million credit and debit cards upon launch. Now, that's 150 million cards, not 150 million people, since some people may have several cards, but it's still a big number. So it could really start to rival services like Apple Pay and PayPal, but could it destroy them altogether? Well, I don't think so, since Apple Pay will already be pre-installed on every iPhone, and it's already widely adopted by merchants. Of course, banks could make it so that their cards no longer work on Apple Pay, but this has been tried in the past. In 2015, 4 of Australia's biggest banks tried to fight Apple Pay, and they were accused of acting like a cartel. But in the end, one of the banks actually pulled out of the cartel and went and negotiated with Apple on its own, and then finally the Australian Competition Commission ruled that the 4 banks were barred from collectively negotiating with Apple anyway, so the whole thing fell apart. So banks in the US are going to have to do it a different way by creating their own app and competing on more of a level playing field. I think it will definitely provide more choice for consumers and give Apple a kick in the butt after enjoying so many years of what some may see as easy money. But I don't think it's going to destroy Apple Pay or PayPal. These services are now so well known, so widely adopted, And in the case of Apple, they have another big advantage that they control the App Store. So if Chase says, okay, our cards are not going to work with Apple Pay from now on, Apple could fire back by saying we're not going to carry your new wallet app on our App Store anymore. And then you'd probably see a court battle play out and finally some kind of compromise reached. But whatever the case, this new wallet app will be coming out in the second half of this year. At the launch, it will work with credit and debit cards, and in the future may even be able to pull money directly from a bank account with no fees, Zelle style. And that could really shake up not just Apple Pay, but the credit card industry as a whole. So what do you think about this, guys? Does this spell the end for Apple Pay? Leave your comments below. And if you watch this video, I guess you're into money. And right now, I want to give you some free money. From now until the end of the month, when you sign up for a new brokerage account with the stock trading app Webull, you can get up to 12 free stocks. You get 2 free stocks just for opening an account. And if you deposit $100, you then get another either 4, 8, or 10 free stocks. And obviously that $100 remains yours. You can use it to trade stocks, buy ETFs, cryptos, whatever you want. If you're unlucky and you only get 6 free stocks at the lowest values, the absolute minimum value for this is $34. But if you luck out and you get the full 12 free stocks at much higher values, they could be valued up to $30,000. Luck of the draw, what you get, link is below if you are interested. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new, and we'll see you next time with more financial and credit card tips and tricks. Bye-bye.